Let me see if I'm the camera. Yeah, there we go. It's pointing in the right direction. Okay. Let me get my apron going. Like I said, my stove top is rocking and rolling. I mean, my oven is heating up. Okay. All right, let the games begin. Okay. So I do have my pork marinating since last night. Okay. So I added a whole beer. I don't know what I forget what the recipe calls for, but I'm like, I'm not going to use half a beer. I'm not going to drink the other half, so I just added a whole beer to my marinade. Okay. It's called, Chevy, that's called a taste test, okay? You're tasting your beer. All right. So this is my pork. I'm gonna get my Paraton so I can remove it. Yes, please. Okay. Oh, I can smell the marinade. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna cut this one in smaller pieces because it's not gonna fit on my whatchamacallit, on my pan. It's too long. But I'm not gonna cut all of it. I'm just gonna cut the tail end. Okay. Different cutting board. I don't want to cross-contaminate. Okay. So I'm only cutting my tail end here. Okay. Because if you're looking from the my camera is facing my countertop. Okay. This is the piece that I'm going to use right here. Okay. So probably once it's here and done, I'm going to cut it smaller pieces like that, vertical, and then I'm going to cut it on the bias. And there's a reason why I'm going to cut on the bias. I'll explain later when after I cut it why the reason is behind it. Okay. I'm looking at the presentation of the pork loin. The recipe says cut it, slice it, so you can shingle it on your plate. You can follow that. I'm probably going to do 2 plates, one like the recipe calls for, and one in a different presentation. If you guys have been watching me since day one, you guys know that my style of plating is center of the plate with height, right? And there's a lot of different reasons why I chose to go that route. Okay, keeps the food hot. It keeps it high, more eye appeal. Okay, and you can have flow in it. Okay, so there's my oil. Okay. Nice and hot. Okay. Correct. Yeah. So if you can see one of the cameras that's pointing towards the my top view of my cutting board. So this is my pork loin right here. So I'm going to cut it right about here. So I'm going to cut the head off. Yeah, I'm going to cut it vertical. Not halfway, not halfway. I'm going to cut the head off the pork tenderloin. So I'm going to have this about 6 inches long of pork tenderloin, and I'm going to take that and cut it on the bias once it's already cooked. Because I'm going to stand each side standing up like a little tower in the middle of the plate. Okay, and you will see that when okay. So my oil is hot. I'm going to sear it. Okay. Correct. Right now it's about maybe 8, 9, but I'm going to shave off a few pieces once it's fully cooked. Not right now though. Once fully cooked, it's nice and thick and it's nice and firm. Okay? Yeah, right now I'm searing right now. I'm searing in. I'm only cut one piece off right now. I didn't cut the rest of it. I just cut the tail end right now. Okay, so don't get confused, guys. I've only cut the tail end right now. $3.75. I want it nice and brown. Go ahead. On the hot plate, that's your starch. It is what we call in the industry chaud froid, hot and cold on the same plate. Okay. Chafua is hot and cold. It's a French term to describe a hot and cold item on the same plate, chafua. And that term, it goes back to the 50s, 60s, and 70s when you used to have a charcuterie plate for brunch. And I know you remember this, Chef Paula, when the garde manger chef will take the nice whole salmon, head on, fin on, tail on, dressed, no guts, would wrap it in cheesecloth, tie it with butcher's twine, curve it, and then slowly lower it into a poaching court bouillon liquid. Remember that? And they took it out nice and gently, removed it nice and gently so it did not fall apart. After it was finally poached, put it in a sheet tray and put it in the refrigerator so it'll stay nice and it'll get cold. Once it got cold, that salmon was brought back to the cutting board. The skin was gently removed from the salmon because you left the flesh that was poached on the salmon. And then you slice in cucumbers very thinly, and you arrange the cucumbers so they resemble the scales of the salmon. Cucumbers or sliced carrots very thinly, raw, not poached. And then you brushed it with aspic. That is a chafouat, hot and cold. Okay? So anyways, go back to the couscous. Yes, couscous is cold. Veggies are raw, not sauteed, because it is a hot and cold item on the plate, chafouat. All right, my pork is nicely browned now on both sides. I'm gonna take it off, put it in my cookie tray, okay? I'm gonna do this with my screwy snacks next. Turn on my stovetop, okay? It's going in my oven right now. It is 10:23. I'm gonna say 10:25. Okay. I'm gonna check it at about 10:30. See what the internal temperature is. Okay. All right, now I'm gonna go for my couscous. Okay. So here I got Israeli couscous that look like fish eyeballs. It's about 3/4 of a cup. Okay. Pop that into, oh wait a minute, not yet. Okay. 3/4 of a cup. I'm gonna measure the same amount of water in this cup. Okay. I'm gonna measure 1 cup because the other 1/4 of a cup is gonna evaporate once the water starts heating up. Okay. So I got 3/4 of a cup of couscous, 1 cup of water. Okay. I'm going to add a pinch of salt to my water. Put it in the stovetop and bring it to a boiling point. Okay. Let me go find my lid so when I drop my couscous, I can turn off the heat, cover it, and let that couscous absorb that water. Correct. Right lid. Well, once I drop my couscous, I'm gonna turn off the heat and put my couscous on the side. Not directly on the same burner that I had it on, but close enough to the heat so the heat will continue to, help the couscous absorb the water. And then one side is boiling right now. I'm going to start getting my meat items for my couscous ready. Okay. Like I said, I do have some red onions right here. Oh, look, I got a shallot. I'm going to use a shallot instead. Forget the red onion. But again, you use whatever you guys have, okay? So I'm going to mince my shallots. Whatever you decide to use in your couscous is got to be either the same size as the couscous pearls or smaller, okay? Because again, your couscous, you got to emphasize that first, okay? Everything else secondary. Knife is not sharp. Better. That knife is better. Sharper now. So I'm going to use very small dice, almost brunoise, minced shallots. That's about enough. It's about maybe like a tablespoon of minced shallots. Okay. Going to use 1 clove of garlic. I don't want to use too much. I don't want it to be that strong. Okay. So my veggies, no, I'm only using about a tablespoon of minced shallots. I'm not using a whole shallot. But again, you can use whatever you want, okay? And I'm only going to use 1 clove of garlic. That's it. Finely minced garlic. Yes, Ms. Maru. Have an answer. No. It's too much. Yeah, because you got chickpeas is a bean, legume, and couscous is starch. Yeah. Yes, you can, but they got to be small or smaller than your couscous, okay? Size. Okay. So I got some of the cherry tomatoes. I'm gonna do the same thing. Slice them, dice them very small. Okay. One cherry tomato should be sufficient. I'm gonna leave the other 2 for garnish. Okay. Also got a radish for garnish. What else? Some olives. Okay. My water is boiling for my couscous. I'm gonna drop it. Okay. Turn out the heat. Set it aside. And cover it. Okay. That's it. So let it go. Okay. So I got minced garlic, I got shallots, I got 1 cherry tomato. I'm gonna put 2 olives only, 2 olives, okay? Because olives are high in salinity, high in salt. If I put too much olives, it's gonna be kind of salty, okay? So for the olives, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna keep the same kind of cut as my shallots, my garlic, and my tomatoes. I'm gonna mince them, okay? I know it's hard because they're really small. Okay, so I'm slicing them the long way first, just like you would julienne carrots. I'm turning them on the side, and I'm mincing my olives. There we go. Okay. So I got minced shallots, 1 clove of garlic, 1 cherry tomato, 2 olives. And I got a sun-dried apricot. I'm also going to fine julienne and mince a sun-dried apricot, okay? Finely diced like brunoise. Very, very fine. And again, I'm looking for the my items that are going to go in my couscous to be smaller or about the same size as a couscous pearl shape, okay? So that's why I'm going mince on everything. My craisins, even though they're smaller, I'm still going to do the same thing. Might be a challenge, but I'm going to try, okay? I'm gonna have to use floss out there, taste the salad, because you know how that goes. When you eat some sun-dried fruits that'll be nicely finely chopped or minced, they're gonna get stuck between your teeth. Okay. There you go. Okay. Craisins minced, apricot minced, 2 olives minced, cherry tomato small dice minced, clove minced, shallot minced. Okay. So that's my items for my couscous, and I have the tomato that the lemon that I used yesterday. I'm gonna put some lemon juice, olive oil. I do have a little bit of olive oil in this bottle. I'm gonna season my couscous. I got my salt. Okay. And that's it for the couscous. Okay. Now I'm gonna slide this. I'm gonna put that in a bowl so I can go over my zucchini next. Told you guys it was gonna be an easy day today. Easy day. Okay. So let me put my olive oil on the side over there. Salt, my lemon, cherry tomatoes, and my radish in the bowl. I'm gonna grab this, put them on my mixing bowl. I'm not adding my salt yet or my oil until my couscous comes out of the pot, okay? Because if I add that to my seasonings, my ingredients, I might have too much, and I don't want my couscous to be soggy, wet, or bleeding all over my plate. I want that couscous to soak up the olive oil in it. All right, zucchini. Let me wash it first. So I've done several plating presentations. I went bias cut on the carrots vichy. Went bias cut on the carrots for the bourbon glaze. This one, I am going to go, I'm going to tournay it, okay? That's right, guys. I'm going to tournay this zucchini. I'm going to tournay some and bâtonner some, okay? Because I'm going to probably do 2 plates. There's enough pork, there's enough couscous to do 2 dishes, okay? Sharpening my paring knife. Remember the tournay potato I showed you guys, what is it, week 2, week 3, with the red skin? So, tournay zucchini. Going to cut the tip off, and I'm going to cut about 2 to 3 inches in length, 1 piece, okay? I'm going to send it up, right, vertically send it up, and then cut across or cut into quarters. 1, 2. I got 4 pieces now, okay? You guys want to know how to tournay a zucchini? Here we go, okay? Grab my zucchini, okay? With the skin facing down, okay? My finger on top and my thumb on the thickest part that I sliced, with the little belly facing me. My paring knife, I'm holding it like this, okay? That's I'm holding my paring knife, okay? And I'm going to do this motion right here with my wrist as I'm cutting with blade, okay? Right? So this wrist, see this wrist right here? My wrist. So I'm going to start at the top at a bias angle, okay? On the belly, and I'm going to cut around it, turning my knife on that arch. Now I got a nice little belly right here, okay? Kind of, because this is not going to be a round one like the potato, okay? It's going to have more of a flat surface. And then I turn it on the side of the skin, okay? See right here? And I'm going to cut around like this, an arch on the skin, okay? So the skin side down, and I'm going to start at the top and then go around. Boom. I cut a little arch. See right here? One side is arch, one side is flat, okay? I'm going to turn it and then do the other side too. Nice little arch on the other end, okay? Correct. So side view is very, very happy. It's got a big belly. I'm going to trim off that belly, same way. Cut it in following the nice little arch and leaving the belly there like that, okay? So it's not flat. See that? Now I'm going to go ahead and shave off the ends, the corners right here, round them up, okay? Shave it off a little bit. And this is what we call a tournée zucchini, okay? Maybe I shave it off more here. Tourne or Tourne, Tourne. There you go. Tournée zucchini, okay? The green part kind of has shape of a football, and the belly is round, okay? It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides on the belly, okay? Okay, 5 more minutes, I check my pork, okay? Gonna grab the other zucchini and do the same motion. Trim out the side, turn it. Trim out the other side, turn it. Trim out the belly. Trim out that edge on the belly. Okay. Shape it off a little bit. Okay. That's 2 zucchinis, tournée. I'm gonna go to the third one now, okay? This is a classic cut, guys, classic cut, okay? Three tournées, 4 tournées. There we go. 4 little tournées. See that? Now I could save all the zucchini scrap and make soup out of it, but I'm not. In the industry, yes, I'll save all the scraps and make soup out of it or make vegetable stock. So that's one cut of zucchini. The other one I'm going to cut bâtonnets, okay? French fries. Okay. And you guys should know how to do French fries, okay? Nice, beautiful French fries. Okay. Yes, skin is edible. That's why I had to wash it off so I can leave the skin on, okay? There we go. Skin on bâtonnet of the zucchini, okay? I have my little tournée. So now I'm going to check my couscous, see how it is, okay? I'm going to grab a fork and try to fork it just like I would do rice. Not yet. Couscous. You measure equal amounts of water per couscous. Boil the water with salt. Drop your couscous. Turn out the heat. Cover it. Set it aside. I don't know until the couscous absorbs the water. Maybe. It all depends. All depends on your vessel. All depends how much couscous, how much water you got. I can give an estimate, but everybody is doing couscous in a different container, so I can't say exactly how long. Yeah. Right. Right. All right, 10 minutes is up. Let me check the internal temperature of my pork. See what temperature it is. I'm looking for maximum 145, minimum 135 internal temp. Okay. Ah, it smells good. By touch, I can tell it's maybe it's about 135. It's not going to be 145, just by touch, okay? Nah, I'm going to let it go a little bit longer. I'm not comfortable enough with 130, okay? The little one is, 148. Little one is done. Back in the oven, another 5-10 minutes, okay? Give or take. Okay. So couscous, let me taste it because it looked like it has soaked the water, but remember I added a little bit too much more water than the recipe called for. I added 1 cup and 3/4 of a cup of couscous. So if it's tender, I'm gonna take this and drain the water off it. It's tender. So I'm gonna take it because as you can see, if I tilt my pot, it still has water in it. I'm gonna drain that water off, okay? If I don't, that couscous is gonna be really soggy, okay? And I'm gonna rinse it in cold water to make it nice and cold, okay? So you can rinse it in cold water or with a colander or a strainer. Just to make sure that the couscous is cold, you wanna stop it from cooking, okay? Kind of, yeah. And this is a history behind couscous. I teach out originals from the originals, who made it, who created it. It came out of Israel. Israel is the one that made the couscous during the times that they had running low on rice. He said they call it Jerusalem or Israeli couscous. So here's my couscous. Correct, okay? I'm adding to my ingredients. Been a mess. Okay. So here's my couscous, okay? In my ingredients, I'm adding a little small pinch of salt, even though I had some in the water, okay? Yes, I strained it and rinsed it, so I made it rather than cold. I cooled it down. Add a pinch. You're welcome. Add a pinch of salt. Now drizzle of olive oil. Okay, that's it. That's just enough. And I'm going to squeeze some lemon juice on top of my couscous. Mix it in and taste it. There we go. Nice lemon juice. Mix it, and I'm going to taste to see how it tastes, okay? And don't worry about having a lot of bright colors in it. Like I said, if you got cucumbers, use them. If you got green peppers, green bell peppers, it's up to you. Same thing with the red. I didn't go that route, okay? Because on my zucchini, it's green, so it's going to offset the color, okay? There's my couscous. Raw, not sauteed. Delicious. That's it on my couscous. I'm gonna set it aside. Okay. Now I'm waiting for my pork to be done. Yes. So if you do rice, it's going to take a little bit longer to cook. You can go that route, okay? Or you can either, I don't know if you have any tabbouleh, quinoa. Quinoa takes longer to cook. It's a lot more hard to grain. Like I said, rice, you got to be careful. If you do rice, plain steam it and take it out and let it cool, spread it out, okay? Because if you leave it to cool down in a pot or wherever you cook it, it's going to be really sticky. We don't want the rice to be sticky. All right, I'm going to saute my zucchini now. Put away my ingredients because I'm not going to need these cherry tomatoes, olives, garlic, onions. to clean and organize. So in the same pot that I cooked my couscous, I'm going to rinse the remaining couscous out of it. Okay. I'm going to add this marinade that was left behind from my pork. Okay. I am going to reduce it and thicken it with a slurry of cornstarch. Okay. A slurry of cornstarch is 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, 2 tablespoons of water mixed together to form a milky consistency. And you're going to slowly whisk that in into your liquid until it thickens up. You may need more cornstarch because that sauce is supposed to be nappe. Okay. All right, the sauce is going. Pork's at about 4 minutes. So I'm going to quickly saute my zucchinis. Like I said, guys, today's an easy day. Easy day. Okay. Yeah, it's Friday. Right, Miss Trinity? Where she goes? Still dancing? No, because it has soy sauce, remember. It's got soy sauce, correct. So Miss Trinity, being said that today is Friday, what did Ice Cube said? Today was a good day, right? Yep. And Miss Alanda, you know that was a great jam too, right? Ice Cube Friday. Awesome, okay. I'm adding butter to my pan for my sauteed zucchini, okay guys? I'm going to saute them in butter, give it a little bit of flavor, okay? I'm going to saute my turnip zucchinis first, okay? Butter, zucchinis, that is correct. Those are tournate cuts on zucchinis. I did 2 different cuts. You can do your cuts however you may please, but to me I just wanted to show you can tournate zucchinis too, okay? And there's a reason that I did that because I'm going to do 2 different plates. One with bâtonnet zucchini, one with tournate zucchini, okay? Okay. I'm removing my sauteed zucchinis, put them in my little cup to hold them, and in the same pan, I'm going to go with my bâtonnet. They don't take long to cook, guys. They don't take long to cook. A little bit of beurre noisette, brown butter. Turn the heat off. Put them in the back burner with my sauce going, and turn that back burner off, and watch my sauce. Yes. 375. Which I'm going to check my pork tenderloin now. Okay. Yes. Cold. So here's my pork. Let's check the internal temperature of it. Flat side. Okay. Beautiful. Oh, wait, it went beyond. It's now 161. Okay. I'm gonna let that rest for a few minutes before I can slice it, okay? Remember, I was gonna show you two different kinds of plating techniques, right? Yeah, mine was 165. 145, if you have it at 145, it's done, but mine went way above. Okay. Scooby's next. I'm watching my sauce. So my ex-military folks, I know you guys are here with me today, right? What branch are you guys from? What branch do you guys serve? Air Force. Ooh, 70 years. What was you, Mr. Jeffrey? Where do you serve, Mr. Jeffrey? Army. Anyone else? Whoa. Yes, sir. Mr. Larry, what were you saying? My sauce overflowed. So first and foremost, thank you guys for your service. Really thank you guys for everything you've done for this country and our country, okay? Proud to be an American. Right, Chevy? Every day we're... So I had one time in my kitchens, I had all the branches of the military service in my kitchen. And you guys know how you guys get when you guys get different branches together in one spot, right? No, I'm saying about, you know how you get, when you guys get together, because you guys are, they were jokesters, and they loved each other because, of course, they were military brothers and sisters, but they'd always give each other a hard time, just for the fun of it. So I had Eli, who was from San Antonio, was driving every single day to go to school. Every single day. Only missed a couple of times because his kids were sick. And, his wife was working. So Eli was coming down from San Antonio. He was Air Force. I had Army, I had Navy, Marines. So Army, Navy, Marines, and an Air Force. And oh boy, and no offense against the Air Force, Miss Alanda, but they were busting his chops left and right. Yeah. But it was. Exactly. So of course, when it came down to cleaning, they will always give the Air Force Eli a hard time from the Air Force. They always call him Chair Force. And the guy that busted his butt when they came down to the floors was the Navy guy. He would always try to show him how to properly mop the floors. And I had a captain, and the Army was a captain, and he was mad because he's like, civilians, they don't understand how to clean. He said, I used to go to his team and just inspect their kitchen and make him clean it again, even though if it was spotless clean, he would just make it clean again just to be an asshole. All right, I'm going to thicken up my sauce now. It kind of overflowed, made a mess on my stove, but it's simmering. I'm going to add my slurry. It overflowed because remember, it is made with beer. So as it simmers, it boils over just like milk. It boils over. So got to be careful in your stovetop when you simmer your sauce, okay? Ginger beer, non-alcoholic. Right, Miss Trinity? Right, Miss Trinity? Ginger beer. What kind did you get? Yep, ginger beer. Yep. All right, my sauce is thick now. I'm going to shut it off, okay? How are you guys holding? Are you guys almost ready for plate up or not yet? Or are you guys still working on your couscous or zucchinis? All right. Yeah, mine is racing right now, so I'm not in a rush. Sometimes we got time. I'm just going to clean myself a little bit here because I'm in a mess. I know, I told you it was an easy day. Yeah, I want to take care of this stove top because if I don't, the marinade had sugar and it's going to be really sticky and I'm not going to be able to scrub it off. How you doing, Miss Janet? Okay. Okay. That's good. Yeah, mine is resting, so I don't want to cut it too soon because if I do, it's going to bleed all over the place, and that's what I'm trying to avoid. So I'm giving it its due time. So it's time to rest before I can start slicing it. So I got to be patient too, Miss John. It's not only you. Oh. Oh no. You know, if you're used to eating out a lot, and then you start cooking at home, your system goes through a change, your body goes through a change, and at first you start feeling funky, and your body might reject the home cooked meals, and once it adjusts, eating out is not going to be the same because you know how things are supposed to be cooked, look like, taste like, and the texture. So you're going to be extra critical next time you go out and somebody said, this is carrots vici, or this is rice pilaf, or this is fried rice. And you will know the difference, and you'll say to yourself, no, it ain't. With all the respect to the establishment, because, that's how they make the business. Ooh. Oh man, that's NF, no fun. Usually Taco Bell, Wendy's, what else? Mickey D's will do that to me. That's why I don't do Taco Bell. Like, nah. Mickey D's, I like the French fries, and that's about it. Yes. Uh-huh. Yes. Yes, but not all of it. Okay, not all of it, because you don't want it to be extra soggy or bleeding on the plate. Uh-huh. Correct. All right, my stovetop is clean now. Took care of that mess. There we go. Back to business. Okay. So, would you guys like me to start plating up or not yet? Jeffrey, Larry? All right, cool. Okay. So, I'm going to do two different kinds of plates. Okay. Where's my white plate? Oh. I'm going to use a blue plate and my square plate. Okay. Now I'll use the white one instead. Just give me a minute. I got to get my white plate. I know white is universal, but man, it really helps you when you're plating up, and it really emphasizes your colors too. sure it's dry and water. So I'm going to start with my square plate first. My round plate first, okay? There we go. I am going to use a cookie cutter for my couscous, okay? On my round plate only. Okay. There's my cookie cutter because I'm going to make a little round in the middle with my spoon. Okay. Okay. Follow me there, guys? Are you following me? Okay. I'm putting some of my couscous into my round cookie cutter. Okay. And I'm going to package it like I did my risotto, okay? I don't want to go too high. I'm going to go off center, okay? There we go, okay? There's my couscous, okay? Now I'm going to grab my pork loin. And remember, I was going to cut it differently, okay? So it's been resting, okay? I'm going to cut this head off like I was telling Chef Pablo, okay? It's about, I would say 3 inches, okay? Cut it vertically, boom. Get rid of the head, put it aside. Now I got this little piece, right? This little log. I'm going to cut this log on the bias cut, okay? On the bias cut. From one end to another end, okay? Leaving a little lip on one end, okay? Boom. See that? Okay. Now I'm going to take these 2 pieces, stand them up like that. See that? But I'm going to even this one out because it's not that even. Okay, I'm going to even it out. There we go, okay? See that, guys? How those 2 pieces stand up? Okay. This is how they look like sideways. This is how they look like sideways. Okay. They're flat on one end where they're standing up, and they're on a bias facing the opposite way each way. See, like a crisscross. I'm gonna grab him and put him right smack on top of my couscous, nice and gently, because the weight is gonna try to smash the couscous. Okay. Okay. On top. Yes. Okay. Correct. Okay. Yes. Okay. There's my 2 porks. Okay. But one is kind of tilting to the end, so I'm going to use that little piece that I slide off and use it to stand it up straight. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to use my tournée zucchinis for this place. Okay. And I'm going to put them on kind of in a spiral shape, like we did with the beans. Okay. 3. I'm only using 3. Odd numbers, Cheffy. I'm going to use a radish that I had left over from a couple days ago. Thin slice it. Thin slice it, okay? Because remember, it is a couscous salad, so I don't want to go too thick on my radish. And I don't want to go too heavy on my tomatoes. So I'm going to cut the tomato in half, okay? And on this side, right here, at the base of this pork, I'm going to put 3 slices of radishes, nicely thin, okay? And the cherry tomato, I'm going to put it right here, right next to my zucchini, 1 piece here, and 1 piece over here on this side, facing up. That's it for that, and I'm going to go with my sauce next, okay? Okay. On the other side, where the zucchini's at, I'm going to add a spoonful, and I'm going to just run it alongside. That's it. 1 plate is done, guys. 1 plate is done. Okay. Simple, right? And even the pork tenderloin can be with height. Yes, you can. Okay. There it is, guys. Okay. One plate down. Next plate. Okay. I'm gonna put that aside for now. Okay. Now next, I am not going to go with the cookie cutter in the middle. This is my triangular plate, okay? I'm going to use somewhat the shape of a plate. Grab my couscous, still put it in the middle, okay? Just about enough couscous, okay? And run it across my plate, okay? Like that, okay? Like a little mountain, like a little ridge, okay? There you go, nice and little flat, okay? So from one tip to one tip, my couscous is right smack in the middle, one long line across it, okay? I'm gonna set that aside. Now I'm gonna take the other piece that I cut off the pork, the head, and I'm gonna cut it thin, maybe like 1/8 of an inch thick, right? Slices, straight. There we go, okay? I'm gonna put one piece, the end cut right here, resting against the couscous, and then continue shingling it. That's 2, that's 3, that's 4, 5 pieces. I can go 5 because the pork is not cut that thick, okay? And on the other end, the other side, yeah, you probably guessed it, I'm gonna use my, place my zucchinis, okay? Kind of going in the same flow direction with the skin, one skin side down, one skin side up, okay? Okay, and I'm going to put them as close as I can, but I don't want to cover the couscous because I want to make sure that I can see the couscous cuts in it. Okay, come on, stay. Didn't stay. All right, we're going to go sideways. Okay. Come on, rest against the couscous. Be nice, behave. There you go. That's enough zucchini. That's it. Okay. Now for the sauce. Okay. This one I'm going to try to drizzle it on both sides, on the side of the couscous, on the side of the pork, and on the side of the zucchini. Okay. So I don't have a squeeze bottle, so I'm going to use my tablespoon measure. Okay. And then slowly drizzle a little bit on one side, one line, and another line. That's it on my sauce. Darn it. Because it is flat, and you know how I like tall things, right? Same concept with my radish, okay? Thinly slice, 2 slices, okay? Put it in the middle, like this, shingle, okay? Stick him right in the middle of the couscous. Take my tomato, cut it in half, okay? One side like this, kind of have the same flow as the zucchini and the pork. The other side over here on this side. That's it. Plain and simple, guys. Another pork done. Any thoughts so far? Now, if you can use flour, you're going to make a roux. Okay? But don't use straight flour. Melt some butter and make a roux out of it, okay? So two different ways to plate nut. One with the cookie cutter, circular motion. One with a line straight across. Okay? Two different cuts of zucchinis. Two different cuts of pork. Any thoughts so far? Yes, drain it and then run cold water through it on a strainer so you can cool it down and use it for your salad. Okay. I use one tablespoon of cornstarch, 2 tablespoons of water. That's how much I use. You may need more cornstarch depending how much marinade you have. Okay, or you may need that amount of cornstarch. It all depends how much marinade you got going on. Is it there, right, guys?